I'm Kelly from Kelly Jewellery. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make these crazy looking earrings. Definitely something a bit different this week. I've put a list of everything you'll need in the description below, along with all my links and my Etsy shop. So let's get started. So you don't need much to make these earrings today. We've got 1.5mm wire, which is 14 gauge. American wire gauge, and that's half round, so I've cut one length at 6 inches, which is 15 centimeters. I've got 0.6mm wire, which is 22 gauge, and I've cut two lengths at 18 inches. That's 46 centimeters, so that's for the two earrings. You're going to need a couple of jump rings. Mine are 8mm outside measurements. And I think that's, you need a couple of ear wires. So I normally make my ear wires out of titanium, so cut yourself a 6-inch length of titanium and we'll make some ear wires first. Tools, all you're going to need is something to cut your wires and just some pliers just to help you tie them off at the end. If you want to make some ear wires, because I'm using titanium, I need some more heavy duty cutters, and you'll need the bail pliers with all the different sizes. That's handy for when you're doing the ear wires. But I think that's everything. Let's get to it. For the ear wires, you don't really need much wire. Depends how big you want them to be. Grab your wire centrally. I'll cut about 6 inches. Bend it over. And you want to squeeze that as flat as you can. This wire, this titanium, is a nightmare. It's really, really tough. So I bought some hoping to use it. I think I did make a few things, but it's just that hard. I've kept it for ear wires, which is really good for ear wires because it's against all the allergies and everything. You won't be allergic to it whatsoever. You won't go green and all the other things that happen with copper. What am I doing? So then take your bail pliers. Trying to work and talk at the same time, and I'm not thinking about what I'm saying. So we're going to choose one of the smaller ones. I think I'll go for this one. And we're just going to bend that around into a loop. You can hear Gracie making as much noise as possible. Then we're going to position that. So I'm going to go around this size here. So I've positioned it right down flat against that side of the pliers. And I'm going to pull it tightly around this side. Give it a bit of length. And cut the wire here. Titanium's really hard to cut, so I'll use my old cutters. And you might want to just grab a file because you might have a sharp end. I'll use a glass nail file. Just take that sharp bit off there. And then we grip the wire close to the end and just bend it in a little bit. So we know we've got two exactly the same. Now we just need to separate them. This is the hard bit with the titanium because you just can't cut through the wire, but cut that bit off at the end. Oh. Come on. Gotcha. Then go back to your original pliers so that you get the same size on both of them. Pull it around tightly and close it. There we have a couple of titanium ear wires. This design is very different to what we're used to, and it's like, once you get the knack of it, it's really simple to do. The idea is really simple, but it's a little bit fiddly to get it tidy, but it's a simple idea. So cut your wires to the length that I have, put the ends together so we've got halfway mark there. Whoops. And we want the flat side facing us because it's nice to work on the flat side. And what we're going to do is, to stop the wires from going up my sleeves, we're going to take the wire around the thicker wire quite tightly so it's attached on there. I don't know why it's so dark today. It's lovely and sunny. I'm on my camera saying it's dark. And press that wire around so it's nice and tight around there. So this is the technique. And you won't get it right the first time. I didn't get it right the first time. So have a little go, then make it again and make it again until you're happy. And then see if you can make two the same and we'll do earrings. So you take your first wire and you scoop it over in a nice tight little tiny scoop. Then take your next wire and scoop it over so it goes bigger than that loop, but it finishes next to the wire. So we've got two scoops going in the same direction and the wires meet. Hold the wire flat against your half round and take the wires around. Don't let them cross over each other and up. That looks a lot easier than it is. Once you've got your head around it, it's quite quick to do, but don't do it quick to start with. Take your time and get these scoops nice, and that will make the pattern nice at the end. So now we've done it, now we're just going to keep doing the same thing. So you take your inner wire, you scoop it around, and you want a nice little loop like that. Lovely. Take your next wire, scoop him around a little bit bigger, pushing against the wire so I get a gap above and they meet at the side there. Lovely. Hold that firmly, don't let the wires cross over, go around the wire. So that's two. And that's it. So we've done two, and now we've got to do another one. So we've got to keep going until we've done 8. 8 will do us enough. We need to get around to do those earrings. Mine scoop down so much nicer than they scoop up. So little scoop. Take your time, get it right. Slightly bigger scoop. So you want it higher in the middle, so I'm pushing the wire rather than pulling it. So you want the wires to meet at the end and you want a gap at the middle. Then when you're happy, hold the wire, bring it around, and up. And really squeeze it around that wire so it's a nice, tight, sharp bend around that wire. And we're going to keep going. So I'm going to do 8, then I'll come back and show you. So I've done 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I've finished by just leaving it down, facing down in a straight line. Quite pretty. So if you want to do earrings, we need to do 2 the same. But this is where it gets a little bit, you've got to match up the sizes. They need to be the same size. You could just make a pendant if you don't feel confident in getting them both the same. But this will just slide off here. Please don't show in progress, because you'll give my secrets away. If you show someone how to do this, then my video is wasted. I need people to come here and watch my video, so please share links, tell them about my videos. Please don't share in progress images. So yeah, we need to make another one the same. So take your other piece of wire, start again, wrapping around here, find the centre point, wrap it around to join, and then as you're doing your scoops, try and match up the sizes with that one, and we'll try and get 2 earrings the same. So I've done 8 repeats of that, finishing with it coming straight down. And if you compare them, they're quite similar. When I was making them, I tried to get them the same height from the wire as I went, so they should be, hopefully, roughly the same size. And we need to pull that off the wire. So looking at the second one here, we're going to bend, so that second one is now our top one. And we're just going to bend them around, and I'm going to go to the next one. Kind of bend it evenly. So you're pulling these 2 in quite evenly. So we're making a circle, basically. And the loops that come out, we need one at the top, one at the bottom, one to each side, and we need it all quite even. So just carefully shape it around. We need to join that onto there. So keep it just in your shape until it's quite squarish looking. And we need to pop that through there. If we pop the whole thing through, it's going to bend quite a lot. So find my cutters, cut a bit off. So I'm going to tell you to use shorter lengths of wire. I'll work out what that is. I'll put it on the screen at the beginning. So I'm going to pull it apart slightly, and I'm going to pop both those wires through that join there. And then we need to work out how big we need that to be for it to sit right. Bend those wires up at the back. So very carefully adjust that last join until it finishes the shape. So at the end you need to make sure that this join, that this is the same angle as this. We can squeeze those together a little bit. You have to be careful now because you haven't got that big wire in there. Things do tend to misshape. So you have to keep going in and adjusting bits. Another thing you can do is get your pliers in and give it a wiggle so you get the gap back between the two wires. So I'd lost my gap in a few places and I've opened it back up. So these wires come over the side and I can cut those off and press them around into place there. And that's it really, that's one done. We just need to shape the other one and just take your time getting that into shape, go over it, make sure it's how you want it to be. I'm going to try and lose those ends a bit better. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to bend my other one around the same. So I've made up the other one the same, and now I've got two shapes. You'll notice they're a bit fiddly, they keep coming apart, so you have to adjust them. You can get your pliers in there and pull a gap between the two wires. Mine have gone back together. But I don't think they're ever going to be perfect, and I think we could keep altering them all day. So you have to reach a point where you have to stop and go, those are fine. Those are fine. I'm not just going to keep messing with them for the rest of my life. I'm happy with those. They're roughly the same size. So all we need to do now is add the jump rings and the ear wires. Oh, I'm at an angle. I need to add 2 jump rings. So I'm going to put a tiny jump ring on there. Totally lost which way up I wanted it now. I'm going to put a slightly bigger one on that jump ring. Right, 3rd time lucky. I'm then going to pop my ear wire onto that top jump ring. Is that level? Which way's the front? Let's get it right this time. Right, I've got it. I like how that's added to it with the jump rings at the top there. Right, so we just need to do that to the other one. Hope it doesn't take as long as that one did. The messing about. Right, so you need 2 little jump rings and an ear wire. These would be nice in silver. So we'll need to run and oxidise these. Going to have to be a bit delicate with the old wire wool on these. They're quite tough. They are quite tough, but they're also really lightweight for earrings, so that's a bonus. So there we have it, finished. I've oxidised mine. Quite lightweight, quite cute. Really pleased with how they turned out. Would love to see yours if you made some too. I'm on Facebook and Instagram. I'll put all my links below and on the screen. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe and I will see you all very soon. Bye.